All right, welcome back, COSA 50 and 650 folks. Professor Almeida here. Happy Thursday, everyone. And because it's Thursday, I will be in the Canvas course chat later from 9 a.m. until noon Pacific time. So feel free to drop into the course chat if you have questions. Coming up in this video, I want to talk to you about the game plan for week 4. That's the week of September 15th. Week 4 is already open and available to you. But before we talk about the game plan, of course, I have some housekeeping items. So let's go ahead and start there. I want to talk about what's going on this week with week 3. Now, on Monday and Tuesday, we went over TFS Concepts 4 on operating systems and file management. There was a bit about virtual machines. And just to show you my setup here, you can see that I have Windows 11 in a virtual machine, and my host is Fedora Linux running KDE. Now, my Monday, Wednesday folks saw the exact opposite with the Windows 11 host and Fedora KDE being in a virtual machine. I'll explain later why I have this VM open. It isn't just to show off what I have, especially since we'll be getting into Microsoft 365 before you know it. Now, yesterday for my Monday, Wednesday folks, we went over TFS Concepts 5 on app use. My Tuesday, Thursday Lakewood folks, later this afternoon, we'll spend some time talking about the key terms and concepts in Chapter 5, and then you'll have time to work on your training. Hopefully, these training sims are pretty straightforward. It shouldn't take you very long to do. And with that, here's week 4. So on Monday and Tuesday, we will cover TFS Concept 6 on cybersecurity and safety. We'll be wrapping up with TFS. Now, because of the College Flex Day on Wednesday and my Tuesday, Thursday Lakewood folks have a minimum day on Thursday, we will not be meeting on Wednesday and Thursday. You'll be responsible for working on the exams on your own time. And then finally, you have an optional discussion thread here on computer concepts. Feel free to check that out. Your TFS training sims and exams for chapters 4 through 6 are due on Sunday the 21st. I will be watching for participation closely. Again, these training sims shouldn't take you very long to do. So if you haven't started on TFS chapter 4, now would be a good time to do that so you don't fall behind. I do want to show you your support options real quick here. If you need to use the computer labs on campus, here are the hours for the COS computer labs. And by the way, you can get to these pages from the second page of the syllabus or by going to the campus resources page in your welcome module. If you need to get help with LBCC technology, whether you're locked out of the Viking portal or if you need assistance installing Microsoft 365, which we'll get to in a moment, here is how to contact the Student Technology Help Desk. For those of you in my Tuesday, Thursday, our COSA 50 class is a hybrid, which means that it meets partially in person and partially online. Be sure to check out these resources on Learning Online. And then finally, if you need to get one-on-one tutoring for this class, that is done through the Multidisciplinary Success Center. I want to show you the schedule real quick. And this schedule will change as tutors are being onboarded. So if you scroll on down, here's COSA 50. So if you want to meet a tutor in person at LAC, these are the current hours. And then you can switch over to the online tab and then look up COSA 50 there. Right, so here's COSA 50. And then finally TTC if you happen to live closer to that side. And unfortunately, COSA 50 is not available. So this schedule does change, so be sure to check back. All right, one last thing that I want to ask you to do in preparation for Microsoft 365. You will need to have Microsoft 365 installed on a Windows PC. Now, in Chapter 5, for Tuesday, Thursday, folks, as you'll see, some apps are only available on specific platforms. In this case, Microsoft Access, which is a database program, is only available on Windows. So you need to get your hands on a Windows PC. If you don't have access to Windows, go to the COS Computer Labs. But here's how to install Microsoft 365. Here's the Viking portal. You're going to click or tap on Microsoft 365. This is the Copilot dashboard. You're going to click on apps. And again, you're doing this from home. So if you're in my Monday, Wednesday, you already have Microsoft 365 available to you. But if you're working on this from home, again, from the Viking portal, click on Microsoft 365 and then click on apps and then install apps. You're going to choose Microsoft 365 apps. And then from there, you will choose install Office. There's install Office. And you'll see the installer download. Launch the installer. Follow the prompts to complete installation. And that's pretty much all I have. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week. Let's make sure that we stay caught up, and I'll see you around.